I'm Liz with trainingbyliz.com, and I want to show you today a simple workout that will help you really, like, super beneficial, especially if you happen to have joint issues like arthritis. I'm doing this workout to show a client of mine. Her name is Lisa, actually Lisa Griffiths from lisagriffiths.com, I believe is her website. An incredibly inspiring story, fantastic individual. She's a woman who lost about 200 pounds and has kept it off for a couple years. And now she's ready to make the switch over to improving her muscle mass so that, all that skin, that from the weight loss will have some firmness to it underneath with some muscle growth. So this is the start of her program. So Lisa, I'm doing this for you because I think you need to see some visuals, and I'm going to share this with the world so that if you happen to be somebody like Lisa in her shoes, you can follow this routine as long as it works for you. Show a doctor or physical therapist or chiropractor, somebody in the profession who can review this and see if it works for you, and go ahead and use it. It's all yours. It's free information. So we're going to start out with a dynamic warm-up, which will be real helpful in getting your nervous system all ready for the ensuing movements, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to start out, I think a good one to start out with is actually the hip flexor stretches. I'm moving my little roller out of the way here. We're going to go, and actually I'm doing this workout in bare feet because we're not going to be lifting any weights heavier than our bodies, okay? Because we don't need to, and it's a great beginning type of a thing to do, and it can be formatted for progressions, so if you want to do it with your shoes off, go ahead, because that's actually going to be more stimulating for your nervous system, and it's a good thing. So we're going to start out with some hip flexor stretches to stretch this part, prevent some low back pain, and get this all limbered up, okay? So when we do our dynamic warm-up, okay, we are just going to keep moving through our stretches, okay? So you start out with a foot in front of you just a little bit, keep your tummy drawn in, and I want you to tuck your pelvis under a little bit, and just lean gently, into your front leg, okay? You're going to do this about 8 to 10 reps, and if you want to go a little bit more to progress, you can rotate away from your stretched out leg, or your front leg, and rotate toward it, okay? Keeping this tucked, and what that does is it pulls some other muscles that are deeper within your low back and pelvis. Okay, we're going to go one more. I'm going to switch sides, okay? I just like to keep it all balanced. I don't have a mat right now, but if I had one, I'd use it. I've got them somewhere else. We're switching legs. We're keeping this foot in front. We're tucking under, drawing the tummy in, and back and forth, okay? Real simple, and I feel a good stretch in here. I'm not holding it, okay? That's the key with a dynamic warm-up. I'm going to rotate toward you, and then toward my front leg. I'm getting that quadratus lumborum muscle involved here. That's what I'm doing. Okay? It's real good if you're real tight. I've had 3 full-term pregnancies, so I'm always, like tight in these hip flexor muscles. It's just the way it is, okay? Next thing I'm going to do is something called actually just a quad stretch here. I'm going to kind of move back a little bit so you can see me. You can see my legs at the very least, okay? And hopefully you can. If not, we'll redo this. But what we're going to do is we're going to take one foot, and we're going to, again, tuck under. Just doing this a little bit, okay? We don't have to do it too much because we just did the hip flexor stretches, okay? Another thing I'm going to do, and I'm going to make sure you can see this here as I'm moving the camera up, all right? This is called a little hamstring stretch, okay? We're just bringing the hands out in front, not rounding it in the back. Don't do this, okay? See how I'm all rounded? Keep it straight, keep your shoulders back, your chest out. Again, 8 to 10 on the side is a good way to be on this, all right? Next will be some things on the floor. And I'm just adjusting here, making sure that you can see me. All right. Floor stretches. Can't go wrong with the cat camel. All right. Limbering up through the waist, the low back. We're going to look down and arch our back up. Look up and arch your back down. Okay. Your hands are under each shoulder. Okay. And your knees are directly in line under each hip. Okay. You can see it from here, hopefully. Okay. That's the cat camel. All right, we're going to point the camera down a little bit more. I'm going to show you two more dynamic stretches. Here's my little gauge here. Very good. All right. Next thing is going to be a torso twist. I love this one. I'm always tight, especially in my left chest and shoulder. I don't know why. Stacking yourself. Front knee and foot, top knee and foot go in front of you. You can bring the rest of your body down, head goes down, hands touch each other, and you're going to rotate over, keeping your knee and foot on the ground or mat the whole time, okay? And just a gentle rotation. You're going to look back at your hand. Again, 8 to 10 of these. If you feel particularly tight, do more, okay? But you should open up a little bit more, especially toward the end of the repetitions, okay? I'm going to switch sides here because I want to be balanced, all right? Again, top knee and foot go on the floor. Hands come together, head goes down, rotate, keep that knee on the floor. Keep that knee on the floor. I have to remind myself, I'm usually tighter on this side. Probably can see it. Okay, so I may go a few more. But in the interest of time, I'm going to move on to the next thing, which is fantastic for shoulder stability, and it's called the scapula depression, or not depression, but the scapula push-up. And what you can do, if you're not used to doing push-ups on your toes, like this, you can do it on your knees, all right? So knees are fine. Just keep your knees behind you. Do not be a box. If you can possibly not be a box, please do not. Keep your knees behind you. Draw your belly button in and try to tuck. Instead of being like this, try to tuck under, okay, with your pelvis. Your hands should go directly under your shoulders. And what you do is you keep your elbows locked and you just pull down with your shoulder blades. You know, they sink into your back down here. And your back sinks into your shoulder blades, or your spine does. And then it comes up flush to the shoulder blades. Okay? Again, about, 10 to 15 reps on these. Go a little bit more because this is an excellent exercise for creating stability in your shoulder joints, okay? What we're going to do is I'm going to go on my toes to finish up so you can see how I'm doing a scapula depression or a push-up on my toes. I'm keeping my tummy in. My head is not sagging down. I'm keeping it in alignment with my spine, okay? I'm just going to go one more. But I really feel it. I feel it warming up all around, especially the underside of my shoulder blade, which is exactly where I want to feel it. And I think the last thing should be a calf stretch, okay, a dynamic calf stretch. So this is a good segue from the shoulder blade push-up, okay. What you're going to do is you're going to pike your rear end up toward the ceiling, and you're going to go on one set of toes or ball of a foot, put your other foot around your heel or your ankle, and keep your back nice and long, and keep your leg nice and straight. And what you're going to do is you're going to lift up, and you're going to push down. Lift up and press down in your heel, okay? And just in case you can't see me, I'm going to make sure you see the heel going up and down. This is excellent to get the calf muscle, the gastrocnemius, nice and limbered up for all kinds of movement. Okay, and I'm going to switch sides now. Now I'm trying to keep my back nice and long, nice and straight, pushing down and up, not going any faster than this. I'm just keeping the tempo nice and steady. Okay,